just 9 months ago, I was getting high every single day. I was getting high every single day, and it wasn't until I got a bronchitis diagnosis that I realized that I need to quit. But it wasn't going to be that easy. You see, I went through several failed attempts before. This wasn't my first time trying to quit, so I was backed against the wall. And what do you do when you're stressed and you are a smoker? You smoke more, obviously. So now that I have a bronchitis diagnosis, now that I have a whistle sound every time I breathe, I'm still smoking. It hurts to hit my vape. I literally can only take a quarter of a puff. Like a... But that's not stopping me. I'm stressed, man. I might die. I gotta smoke still. And eventually I realized that this is not sustainable. It's only getting worse. I'm broke. My girlfriend is mediocre. 5 out of 10. My life sucks. I'm a loser. I'm disappointing my family. And I'm gonna die soon if I don't stop. So I started looking for a solution. I started racking YouTube, books, podcasts, anything I could get my hands on. I was trying to figure out how to quell the nicotine demon once and for all. I realized that it was all about the mindset. I am 9 months sober now, and I realized that it's all about the mindset. Your mindset will make or break your ability to quit nicotine. Now let me explain. Mindset is a very generic term. Everybody knows mindset, yeah. If you think you can do it, you can do it. But this is cliche advice, but it's so true. Generic advice doesn't really work. The advice that you just need to throw it away and just don't think about it, this is pretty generic advice, and it made me fail every single time. But it wasn't until I discovered this advice that I was finally able to get my dream life. And I wish nothing but the same for you. If you're watching this video, I think you have a very high chance of actually quitting nicotine. So what is mindset? Let's start with the basic fundamental. This was the first thing that I learned, and I think this will serve you very well. If you learn this mindset, just this alone will most likely get you very, very close to quitting nicotine. So this mindset is changing your mindset from a loss mindset to a growth mindset. You see, as humans, we're very adverse to loss. We don't want to lose anything. We will do more effort to avoid a loss than to make a gain. That is in basic human psychology. So when you are thinking that you are losing something by quitting nicotine, you will go to great lengths to stop it. But what you need to understand is that you aren't losing anything. You are not losing a stress reliever. You are not losing a buzz. The fuck is a buzz anyway? Are you 5? You want a buzz? You are not losing something to do when you're bored. You're not losing any of those things. Instead, you are gaining your health, your finances, your focus, your dopamine, your ambition, your drive, your ability to do things that normal humans do. You're getting all of that back and more. So why would you think that you're losing a stress reliever? Whenever you're stressed, work was bad, oh man, I got back from my 9 to 5, I'm really stressed. Let me smoke my vape. Let me go smoke a cigarette. Well, you are just relieving withdrawal symptoms. And trust me, I thought the exact same thing. Whenever I was really stressed at work, oh my God, I'm on top of this. I'm gonna go smoke. I'm really stressed. Well, you're just relieving your withdrawal symptoms. How interesting is that? You're withdrawing every single second that you're not smoking during an active addiction phase. So every time you wake up, you've been withdrawing for about 8 hours. No wonder why you want to rip it as soon as you get up. No wonder why you feel a quarter of a buzz right in the morning and then you don't feel anything for the rest of the day. Because you've been withdrawing. And being in a withdrawal phase is stressful on your body. You want to relieve that stress. So you've created a problem in your brain, and the only way to relieve that problem in your brain is by contributing to that problem in your brain. If you smoke, it goes away for a few seconds, and then it starts building back up, slowly but surely, until you are stressed, your throat hurts, and your head hurts, and your brain is foggy, and you need to smoke. And then you smoke again, and it goes back down for a few minutes. So what you're doing is you're in a cycle of relieving stress. You didn't solve your problem. You didn't make more money by smoking. You just relieved your withdrawal symptoms. Now you have a normal headspace. People that are normal can think like you think now after you smoked. Now you feel competent enough to go tackle your problems. But if you didn't smoke in the first place, you wouldn't have the withdrawal stress to relieve. Does that make sense? You've created a problem, and now you need to amplify the problem to solve the problem. This is a catch-22 paradox. Do you know what a paradox is? Something that cannot be solved. Because the only way to solve it is to stop the problem, which in turn creates a lengthier problem until it's finally gone, and then you are free. So no, you're not relieving stress. You are relieving the stress of withdrawals. Now, the second thing people will say, oh, it makes me focus. Oh, I just can't sit down and work without my vape. Well, guess what? The same exact problem that you had with the stress is applied here. You have brain fog because you're withdrawing. The nicotine receptors in your brain, the demons in a cage, are screaming for more. They want more so bad that you have brain fog because of it. You can't even think straight because your nicotine receptors are screaming for more. And when you are withdrawing, when you have cravings, that's them dying. Keep that in mind when you're quitting nicotine. When you are craving and when you're withdrawing, that's them dying. You're winning. And as soon as you smoke again, you're giving it more life. You're breathing air into its lungs so it can scream at you again. Why would you do that? Let it die. Let those demons die. But anyways, that's a side point for later. So no, you are not focusing more. You are not relieving stress. And if you're smoking when you're bored, that's because you're complacent. You're okay with not having anything to do because you're addicted to nicotine. As long as you have your vape and a video game or memes or some porn, you're good to go. You don't need anything else. But once you quit nicotine, you're not very okay with being bored anymore. Now you can't go home and just do some bullshit. You actually have to be a better person. You actually have to make more money, attract better women, have better relationships with your family, all these things. Why are you so scared of that? Nicotine withdrawals and cravings only last 3 to 7 days. A week of your time. Kill those demons for a week, and you'll be free for the rest of your life. You will have the rest of your life to make more money, become physically strong, repair relationships, attract your dream wife, have more focus, clarity, ambition. But you're separated because you think cravings and withdrawals are this big bad wolf that are going to last forever. When trust me, I thought the exact same thing. But it wasn't until I changed my mindset, I changed from a loss to a growth mindset, I realized that these cravings and withdrawals, they're only as strong as I make them. If I give them the mental bandwidth that they do not deserve, I will have stronger cravings. I will have stronger withdrawals because it is as strong as you make it up to be. Let me give you an analogy. It's not an analogy, just a piece of information that I think they'll serve you well. Anyways, When was the last time that you went a long time without smoking because you were distracted with something else? You were distracted with a girl, work, school, video game, going out with friends, whatever it was. You were distracted for an extended period of time. Did you feel like you needed to smoke? Did you feel like you had cravings or withdrawals? Probably not. I remember several times during my quitting phase, I had days where I would go the whole day without smoking because I was so wrapped up with something that was fun, engaging, exciting. Whatever that was, it was probably a video game at the time, but you get the point. It was distracting my mind for so long that I didn't have the mental bandwidth to give to nicotine. And it wasn't until it popped back in my head at the end of the day that I was like, oh shit, I haven't smoked all day. Now I want to smoke. Now that feeling in my throat, that closing up in my throat, it comes back, and that brain fog, it comes back. And that soft pounding in my head comes back. And I'm like, damn, I really want to smoke. So what's interesting about this is that you now understand that it's only as strong as you it's only as strong as you make it. The mental bandwidth, the energy, the brain points that you give it, that is as strong as it is. If you think this is nothing and you distract yourself for the entire time that you are withdrawing and craving, you will feel nothing. You'll be like Superman. And that is exactly how I felt when I realized all of these things. I went from several failed attempts to finally quitting after I understood these basic mindset principles. And guess what? This carried on to every single addiction I had thereafter. Now I'm addiction free because I learned these basic mental principles that carried on to every single other addiction I had. This does not apply solely to nicotine addiction. This applies to everything you will ever do in the rest of your life. If you want to be more disciplined, this will help. If you want to make more money, this will help. If you want to be patient for your wife, this will help. This is not a one-trick pony, one and done kind of thing. Once you learn this mindset, it carries over to every other aspect in your life. So why not learn this mindset? Why not apply this? If you want to learn how to do it, you can talk to me one-on-one. I won't sell you anything. We can just speak one-on-one. I will teach you how to quit nicotine. I will make you a blueprint on how to quit nicotine, how to apply all of these mindsets. And you can get your dream life too.